Hey, and welcome to Cherry's World Podcast. I am Cherry Johnson. You will notice that my co-host and the producer of the show is not with us this episode, but it is only because he has gone on to further his education and he got all A's on his finals. Go ahead, boo-boo. I'm proud of you, Courtney. Today, I am going to have some girl talk. Okay, sorry, Courtney, you missing this one. I got the beautiful, beautiful Isley Nicole in the house. She is a model. She used to be a yoga instructor, and I didn't find that out until I did this interview. But she is an actress, and she is also my friend. I have a girl crush like little girls do with Selena Gomez and Beyonce with this woman. She is completely flawless, and she is here today to tell me about her new athletic apparel line called Nsombii. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my friend, Isley Nicole.
The only podcast coming through your beat stereo is Cherry's World, so let's go around like a merry-go. Plug your phone in, make sure it got a full battery. Download it Wednesday, listen to it Saturday. She cover all topics, whatever you after. She got ball players, authors, doctors, actors, rappers, singers, entrepreneurs, divas, leaders. Androids or Apple, turn up your speakers. Trying to shoot my shot like the vaccine, whether it's Cherry or Maxine, whether the podcast or acting, she that queen. PYT, you know what that mean. Saw you on TV and touch the screen, touch on you. I plead Lucy's got a crush on you. It'll mean the world to get a blush from you. Teaspoon to me, leave you sleep like Robitussin do.
And you've been trying to get this in for a long time.
I know. It's really good to see here and be here with you. I don't know if you know how much you inspire me. I've been watching you since Punky Brewster. And I love the woman that you've become. You're inspiration because you're such a businesswoman. And I see all the things you're doing from your podcast, your beauty products, writing, producing. Yeah, you're that girl. So I'm honored to be here to, talk to
you. Well, I'm such a big fan of yours too, but okay. I watch you too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I watch you, and I was graced with some gifts from you with your new line, Nsombii, which I absolutely positively love. I'm a big boob girl. And, being a big boob girl, one thing that you did for me that I love is you mix and matched my sizes, which a lot of people do not do.
No, they don't. I sell them as separates, but on Amazon, I sell them as a set. So they're but it's I have a different price for Amazon. So they get, the set, it is what it is. But if you want separates, then you got to go to my website, the original website, to get the separates.
Let's talk about Nsombii. First of all, how did you come up with the name?
Nsombii is actually a family name. It's one of my cousins. She was named that, and I always told her, I said, either I'm going to name my daughter that, or my company is going to be called that. I said, I just love that name, and it means abundant joy in Swahili.
It's a beautiful name, and you made me actually go and look it up. And then I went to your website and I got to read more, and I was like, wow, I've seen that you've been taking your journeys.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is that like? Is your family from there? What made you start, or is it just, part of the traveling journey?
No, actually just me just venturing out to Africa. I think Africa was my first international travel, if I can remember. Yeah. Yep. That's the first time. Yeah. The first time. No, it wasn't. But yeah. I went to Saint-Tropez first. But yeah, Africa was one of those places that I always wanted to go. And I was so inspired once I got there, just seeing all our beautiful people, just the beautiful darkness of our skin. I was like, wow, I'm light skinned here. I was like, wow, I'm light skinned.
It has become in so many different colors, and it's not really appreciated here.
Oh no, but there it's just the beautiful darkness of their skin, and then it's just the colors, the style, and the just the prints and the pride of the culture. And I was inspired. I was like, I want to, because I was teaching yoga at the time. So I was like, wow, I want to incorporate, this style, this feeling, this inspiration, this culture into my clothing, line. And I hadn't even had a clothing line. I just like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that.
Let me tell you, I'm totally inspired by you because when you go on these trips, you post these beautiful pictures. And so I stalk you the whole time. So I make sure that I don't miss any of these amazing pictures. So that was my question. What inspired you to become a designer of athletic apparel?
Well, it was because I was teaching yoga and the yoga clothes were always so, bland. You either get the black or the this or it was just, very, bland. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, that's what I wanted because I knew I wanted to do something in fashion because I love fashion. And I
Oh,
said,
honey. And she's all black. If y'all don't know, I'm gonna post up her IG page. She's always whipped. She has been a fashionista. I think I met you almost 20 years ago now.
it's been a
And
while.
every time I've ever seen you, absolutely, positively flawless.
Oh,
You're
thank you.
gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, Cherry. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, because I like looking at you.
So yeah, so I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do because I Googled it and I didn't see it existed. And I was like, wow, nobody has done African inspired or African print athletic wear. Nobody?
Well, they've done it, but they stole it and didn't give Africa the credit. Louis
Ah,
Vuitton.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is stolen. So, what is your whole design philosophy when it comes to creating?
Just basically big, bold prints. Sometimes things come into my brain when I'm dreaming, and I'm like, okay, I wonder if I can recreate this. Or sometimes I'll see something and I'll just take a picture of it and I'll try to make it my own. And basically just bold prints and vivid colors, because that's Africa. It's colorful, and
They are
I
beautiful.
yeah.
I took pictures in my pieces because I've been trying to get my workout on again because summertime is coming. So I need to be summertime hot girl. But I will
I'll
be
send you some more. I'll send you some
I will
more.
be posting it in this interview. Also, your pieces I've noticed all have like really inspirational names that mean something, and they're all African names.
Yes, the goddesses. Yeah,
Yeah.
this line, I wanted it to be a little bit more personal and more powerful. So each set was named after an African goddess. So yeah, I thought that would be kind of dope. And my favorite, everyone that I put on is my favorite because I switch it up. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, this is my favorite. And then it might be Oshun. And then, it might be, it's just, and it feels powerful when people that I run into, like different places, like if I'm out of the state and they'll say something about the goddess. So I'm really glad that you brought that up because yeah, they
Oh, well, let me explain to you how you help me.
okay.
So I'm Black, I'm from the projects, but then I got this job on TV. Yes, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And then I got this job on TV, which moved me to Westlake Village in Los Angeles, or in Ventura County, actually, where there's nobody Black. There are Black people now, but there didn't used to be Black. That's when Calabasas was Calabackless. And so that's the neighborhood that I grew up in. So I didn't even know, like growing up, that there were Black goddesses, and I didn't know about the African deities. I was just completely lost. All I knew about Africa were those National Geographics with the ladies with the long boobs, and it was totally made fun of. And I was the Black girl that everybody looked at because I was the only Black child in my class. So, because of my experiences, I've chosen to homeschool. But you've helped me so much in my homeschool journey because I teach our history and our people all year long, not just 1 month. And from learning from you, I'm able to teach my daughter.
Oh my
And
God.
so when I was aware of your clothing line, I went through, we looked at the prints, we talked about it. She read your whole website to me, and then we started studying the goddesses. But that was because of you.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, you auntie in so many ways, and you have no idea.
That is so dope. I love that.
I am so inspired by you. One of the things that I like too, being a big boob girl, is I noticed that your tops are not, it's just not just like one all. You know, your straps are made different.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't want the same exact thing. I try to make every bra its own, style. I don't want everything to look alike.
Yeah.
I want, yeah.
And it doesn't feel alike either. They're all very comfortable, but they all feel very different. What puts you like in that trend? Like, did you research, did you study, or did you just make what you like to wear?
I made both. Well, all three actually. I made what I like to wear because a lot of the bras are the same. They're just the crossback bra, and so I did my research. First and foremost, I went to the best to do the research to check out the fabrics. I went to Lululemon. They're pretty much the best.
Yeah.
So I went there and I bought a few outfits and I just wanted to see, what the fabric was and the feel um so, but I noticed that they had like a couple bras. They didn't have anything that was like super, different. So I decided I wanted to make everyone different. I want people to feel like, oh, if I wear this one, I can I can be more secure in this one, or if I wear this one, this is the more sexy one. You can switch it up and whatever how you're feeling that day, or whatever mood you want to be in while you're
What
working.
what I love about working out in them is I no longer have to wear 3 bras at one time.
Really?
Yes, because I'm a small girl, but I have these things. And I usually
You're
have,
blessed, honey. You're blessed.
thank you, but I usually have to bind them down where I'm putting on a small sports bra that I know doesn't fit me, but that way it doesn't move around. And then you put on another sports bra, or you have a regular bra with a sports bra over it, and then your sports bra that goes with your outfit over that, just to feel maintained. With yours, I can just put on the outfit and I'm good.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. I'm loving the feedback because I've heard this before from different ones. So it's certain ones that are a little, flimsier, like the pink, there's a pink and black one that you probably be like, no, I need another bra with that
But
one.
my nipples are not popping out. Like doing yoga, you actually turn upside down, and in some things you're like, oh.
Love
And
that.
I'm secure. I feel secure and I feel comfortable, and I also feel attractive. I feel so cute that I don't mind stopping by the grocery store or something like that when I finish working out.
Hello, that's athleisure at its finest. I wanted that. I wanted you to be able to put on a sweater and be like, you know what? I can run some errands, I can still look cute, even though and it's moisture wicking, so it's not,
That's
so
what I was going to hit on too. I don't feel all wet and yucky when I'm done. What's going on with that fabric?
Yeah, it's moisture wicking. I wanted that too. I wanted it to dry out really fast. And I also wanted to, did you notice the pocket in the waistband?
Yes, I had my phone in there. I had money in there. I didn't have all kind of stuff in there.
Keys, all kind of stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, I just wanted you to be able to be free and fly and feel your best when you're working out.
Because I'm mommy, right? So I always have like a purse and keys, and I don't feel like I have to have all the. You can stick your little ID in there. You take one key,
One key.
one key, what you really need, and you're straight. And the weight. Can we talk about the waistband? Can we talk about the waistband? Because my body is not the same at 3 a.m. as it is at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. my abs is perfect, but after I done ate a few meals, drank a lot of water, it changes. And you have made a waistband that you cinch me.
I did that on purpose. I see, and what I did was, like I said, I went to the best and saw what they did. And I was like, okay, I just wanted to make it better. And I wanted to make it, you know, how Black women's bodies, our waists are smaller and our hips go out.
Yes.
You know, so I wanted to make sure that it cinched our waist. So I did that on purpose.
Okay, I have another question while we're talking about Black girls' bodies, right? And I have a problem when I'm like buying leggings.
Mhm.
I noticed that our waists are small, even though I don't have a big butt, I'm still shapely because I'm a Black woman, but we don't have long crotches. And usually all day I'm pulling stuff up at my crotch because white women tend to have a long crotch. So when you design this, you did it for our bodies, right? I wanted to ask that.
Exactly, because I went through sample after sample after sample, and until it was right, I was like, no, this is not it.
There was never time, even after working out. So I have, done school with my daughter in these outfits. I have worked out in these outfits. Same day, because you always get a chance to take a shower right away. You got to go get the groceries.
Exactly.
Then I run her to Taekwondo and then soccer practice and then back home. And I'm not doing this with my pants all day.
No.
Because it just fits.
It fits, and it's compression too. That's what I wanted that too, and it's very good for women who, even if the white girls, because in all honesty, my very first customer was a white girl. It blew my mind.
And it probably looked amazing on her.
Yeah, it did, and so for varicose veins, all that, and just great blood circulation as we get older. I mean, I thought about everything because I used to be a yoga instructor. So, I just,
Boom. See, I didn't know that about you. I just knew that she's a beautiful actress and model. I didn't know that you were a yoga instructor. Also, so I'm short. You're taller than I am, I believe, but I have a very long inseam. Okay. And so I usually have a hard time finding pants where my ankles ain't cold looking because my inseam is 34. They fit perfect.
I did that too because I am 5'7". I'm 5'7.5", and I don't like short leggings. I don't like them to come all. I have a whole ankle that needs to be covered up.
Yes.
So I made sure they were longer. Yeah.
Oh,
I did.
I was like, did she do this for me?
Yeah, I think it helps when someone, because I used to pretty much live in my leggings, and I think it helps when people are actually in that life when they create something. I mean, that's when it's authentic, and that's when it turns out good because you're about that life,
Right. Absolutely. So can I ask, because I don't know anything about the clothing industry, what challenges have you had to face in that part of your career?
Oh, the challenges. Wow. The challenges have been the manufacturing, dealing with China. I really wish that I could get my stuff made in America. I really do. But I do get my stuff made in China, and it's dealing with them is, they try to, I don't want to get negative.
It's not easy. Yeah.
It's not easy. And since COVID, it's really not easy because shipping has gone up. I mean, like tripled for if you buy in bulk. I mean, if the shipping is just crazy. So that takes out a lot of your profit. So, but yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, it takes a long time to get your samples back because you're dealing with China. So,
yeah, when the mail want to act up, you can't get your stuff on time. I know that has to be hectic, and you can't sell it until you have it.
Yeah, I can't sell it till you have it, because if it gets here and it's not right, and I did pre-sales, now I have to deal with that, the refunding. Oh, it's not right. Sorry. And I don't want to deal with that. So, yeah.
I also noticed when I went to your website that you have a new collection. And that your old collection, there's a few pieces left, but they say sold out.
Yeah.
So is the new collection going to come back? I mean, the old collection, is it going to come back? And tell me about the new collection.
I think I'm going to just do this piece behind me. I don't know if you can see it. I'm in my office.
So pretty.
But I think I'm only going to do that piece, because that was the baby of, that was like the mother of, I was like, ooh, I love this. This is what got me excited.
It's pretty.
And people love it still. People still, and that was from like 6 years ago.
It's timeless.
And people still rocking it. They still rock, I still rock it. So I'm definitely gonna bring that one back, but the next one is gonna be totally different. I like doing different stuff. So yeah.
Well, I was screaming and excited because I didn't know that there was a new line up, and I was like, she sold out. She sold out. Go ahead, baby. She sold out. That is major.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so proud. So you do have your things on Amazon, so it's something that everybody can order.
Yeah, if they want to get it in sets,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a little, I made it for everybody where they can just get it sets. Is that the price is a little less, so it helps.
It's affordable.
It's affordable, and it's great for people that want to buy in bulk too. If they want to buy like for like a cheerleading team or a dance team, or because someone that just happened to me, I was just blown away. I saw like this huge order, and I'm like, who's buying all this all at once, the same color, right? And it was for a dance academy in New York, and they looked so amazing. I was so excited about that. That they chose my stuff. So
congratulations. Truly. I don't want to let you go without talking about the other part of your career and how I know you.
Okay.
When did you get started in entertainment? Like, were you a kid? You were young, right?
Oh no, I got started in Chicago. I used to be a hairstylist, girl.
Really?
Yeah. Girl, that's why my hair always cute.
It is always cute, but I just thought you kept it whipped. I didn't know.
No, I used to be a hairstylist in this one of the best hair salons downtown Chicago, like Michelle Obama and all them used to come there.
Wow.
That's before I was there. I mean, that was after I was there because I left Chicago. But yeah, one of my clients came in and she was like about to do like some extra work, and I was like, extra work? What's that? And then she was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be on a set in the movie, and I had done plays and stuff, and like I always loved it, but I just never thought it was like something that you could really aspire to do. I'm like, I'm just like, oh, okay, that was fun. But when one of my clients was, doing it, I was like, wow. So I looked it up. I started, there I go again with my research. I'm such a Gemini. I'm always looking for information. But found something. I don't know, like some extra agency, and when I went to one of the jobs, it was like a commercial, and they bumped me up to be like the star of the show, right?
Yes. And how old were you?
I was like, 20. I don't know, girl. That's a hard one. I don't know, but I was in my 20s. But so yeah, with that money, once they bumped me up, I was getting residual, and it was a big commercial. It was for Pepsi or something. It was huge, right? And they played it like crazy. So I was like, I'm done. That's it. I'm moving to California. That's it. So yeah, since then I've been able to do a lot of stuff, but it's the entertainment art. It's hard too. Shit.
It is hard. It is definitely a journey and a battle. And it's a lot of people. What I love about you is, unfortunately, a lot of our sisters aren't so loving and welcoming because everybody's competition. You've always been consistently the same person to me. For me, it's not competition. I think we all get what we get, right? And we all get what we're supposed to.
That's what I'm saying. And it's funny because I did, before I moved here, I was an extra on Soul Food. And I'm not going to say which beautiful lady that I spoke to. And I was telling her, oh, I want to do what you're doing. I'm young. I'm like, I want to do what you, girl. She was like,
I can only imagine because I have ran across a few of the ladies and
So
I
what?
was highly disappointed, honestly, because I expected, I was a fan. Which, of course, I had been in the business. I grew up in the business, but I was still a fan. I love seeing us. I love seeing our likeness. And the energy was just so not
Yeah, once I told her that I was serious, she kind of shut me down and didn't talk to me anymore.
there. Every time I've seen you, it's the same love, mutual respect, and kindness. What is it about your spirit that has not allowed like Hollywood to turn this journey, because we're all just on a journey, about a competition?
Well, I've had moments of like, I've had moments of like, just being like, what the fuck, and kind of isolating
Yeah.
away from it all because, you're in these cliques sometime and you feel like sometimes everybody is for you, and then you find out that, instead of having a seat at the table, you're on the menu versus, so, and once they feel like you're not on the menu like they thought you was on the menu, now they don't want to help you.
And that's
So yeah, so that's what I've dealt with. So I that's why I applaud you, because you've created your own lane and created some stuff. So that's where I'm also at now. I'm writing because I want to create my, I can't, sit
well,
here.
I love you. And I hate to go back to the old stuff, right?
Mhm.
But you did things like Hoolum Trippin', the Jamie Foxx show, girl, The Wash. I auditioned for The Wash, but I didn't get it. Angel Caldwell got it. Yes, but I was excited. Like when I watched and I watched you and Angel Caldwell, like I know why I didn't get the part because I didn't go in there and do what she did. Like that was her part.
Oh, that was the one you auditioned for?
Yes. And
Okay,
Kim
okay.
was your part, but I'm a fan.
Mm.
So I'm like, oh, that's why I didn't get it. So I was talking on the last interview that I just did, like Baby Boy. I auditioned for Baby Boy and I really wanted it. And I was like really heartbroken that I didn't get it. But then when I watched it, I was like, girl, that was not your job. That was Taraji's job. I was
Right,
not sucking my thumb. I was not whining Jody like she
right,
was.
right.
And I was like, that is for her. What
Hmm.
is it? How do you feel when you go in and it's something that you might have really wanted and you don't get it?
I'm like you. I sometimes you're heartbroken because I have seen different things that I auditioned for, and you're like, wait a minute, But sometimes it's political too. It's not always if it's your part or not. Sometimes it's
It's
favor, yeah, favors being owed and this
uh-huh.
and that, or somebody sucks somebody.
Or somebody was on that couch that you didn't even know there was an invite to. Not that you was gonna get on it, but you ain't know there was an invite to. It's
Like,
so funny that you said that because the last project that I produced, you actually auditioned for.
you know what? I went back to some of my stuff, and I didn't even know that. I went back. I was like, wait a minute, did I audition for
And
Cherry?
I want to tell you because we don't always get to know, right? Why we didn't get something or what it was about us or what did we do. As an actor, I'm always like, what did I do wrong?
All right, what did I do wrong?
Okay, so no, I want to tell you because I think you deserve to know. And telling on air, I think will help other people.
Okay.
You were simply too attractive.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
What part was that? I forgot.
Well, I'll tell you later because I don't want.
Okay, okay, okay. Wow, that's
And
what it
so
was.
he picked somebody that was older
Okay.
and somebody who was less attractive. And I kept saying, but what about her? I didn't
Oh,
have the say so. But
oh,
he was
oh.
like, you know what? She's really pretty and she's just too attractive and you looked young.
Ah,
That's what he said. And I was like, I meant to let you know because I think it's important sometimes that we're like, it's not something I did wrong. It wasn't my talent. It wasn't my skill. It was just that the director had a different vision
ah.
and he had a different vision.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Your
Because
read was awesome, though. You did good.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because I did go back. You know how you just go back through your stuff and you're like, wait a minute, this is Sherry's project?
Yes.
Wow.
And I saw it, and when I saw it, I got instantly like excited.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, I'm rooting for my friends to win too, you know, but I wanted to let you know that. And he said, he's like, well, I won't tell you what he said, but he was like, is she single? I was like, nigga, that's not
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's the that's crazy. But
like, that's not why we're here. But I thought it was important as an actress for you to know that you did a really good read. It was amazing. He just had a different vision in his head. It was that was about 20 years older and not so attractive.
yeah, you know, I've been to a few auditions where I walked in and I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. You know how you walked in and you're like, everybody's old. I mean, we might be the same age, but they just
right. But I think we're in a very weird age group.
We are.
Because they say they want mid to late 40s. I'm there, right?
I'm there.
But then when you walk in there,
we don't look it.
We're in the, it's because we're in the room with women who are late 50s. And these women who are late 50s are still holding on to being 40. And so they instantly bump us down to being 30s.
Yeah.
And they know we're too old to play 20 because we've been around for too long.
Yeah, we can't even fake that. So yeah, the audition today that it's for late 30s. So
yeah, it's a really I think we're in a really weird group. I remember having a conversation with Rachel True. And she was like, I could play somebody's mama, and it was 10 years ago. I think she's a little bit older than we are. Okay. And Rachel was like, I could play somebody's mama, but I can't play somebody's grandmama. But I can't play the young adolescents. And I heard her when she was saying it, but I wasn't digesting it. And now I'm here. And I'm like, Rachel told me this was going to happen.
Yeah. Because I know people my age that are grandmas right now. So right. It actually are there, but
they're not going to give you or me the job to be nobody's grandma.
No, we're auntie or mama. Yes.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
it's a really weird time. How do you not get discouraged?
Girl, just prayer, just affirmations, just being around people that lift me up, you know, just that's what it is. But yeah, I'm still in the game. I'm not going nowhere, girl. I still have an Oscar to win.
Hey, I heard that. Look, I'm still here too. For me, I'm a firm believer in what's for you is for you. And what's not for you is not. And I just have to wait my turn. I know that statistically we get one job out of 100 auditions. So I just got to keep like knocking on doors and listening to them tell me no more than they tell me yes.
Yeah, or creating like you do, creating our own. Absolutely. You're amazing. Like, how many movies have you produced?
I think about 18 now.
See what I'm saying? Oh my God, that is an inspiration.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been a really fun journey. And you know, some of my early on debaucheries.
So yeah, and you saved me from some debaucheries. I never told you about that, but yeah, you saved me. You put a little thought in my ear, and I listened. So
I didn't. Look, I'm just like, you know, you see things happening, and you're like, not that one. That one deserves something more.
Yeah, I saw it, and then immediately after that, the signs were happening. The stuff that you know how you when someone gives you, I'm one of those people that listen. You know, it's a lot of people that don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I listen when people.
I'm sorry, but that makes me happy. I just didn't want you to. There's no reason for me to watch my sister, whether I know you or not, get into a car crash, and I know you're about to hit a wall.
Yeah, so
now if you want to hit the wall, that's on you.
No, honey, I don't want to hit no walls.
But if you learn the hard way, why would you not warn somebody when you see things, you know? And I'm a firm believer in, I'm going to speak up, and whether they're going to love me for it or they're going to hate me for it.
Thank you so much for the warning, girl. That because you didn't know me. You didn't know me like that, where so I appreciate that so much. Well, what's the love life like now? What's going on?
With mine?
Yes.
So, I've done everything I could to like kind of keep everything private, but I am so happy. I moved away from California 6 years ago now.
Hmm.
And I live a regular life. I mean, I'm still working and stuff like that, but like finally, he's not a scumbag. You know, he goes
Not in
to
the industry.
No. He
Yeah.
goes to work, he comes home, he doesn't want no problems. He cares about his kids. I won't say he doesn't care about me. He cares about me. But, it's like we're all standing at the door. I'm the last one he's going to say hello to, and that's fine. That's good to me.
Okay.
He's going to pick up them little ones and hug them and love on them. And that's what's important. So my whole life has changed. Being gone has been really good for me. It's been extreme. It's the best move I ever made. I had my daughter in ballet, and she was dancing, and I thought that she was so cute. She was like 2.5. She had on a tutu and a bun, and I was trying to record her for him. And the whole time I was recording, there was a man asking me, what was it like working on Urkel? What was it like doing this? Is my daughter going to be on TV? And I was embarrassed because I don't know how to edit. So I didn't know how to take the sound out of the video and just put like ballet music up or whatever. But I didn't even want to send him this video. And when I got home, he was like, where's my video of the baby? Because he was working. And he was like, I wanted to see her. And I was like, it just wasn't fun. And I started to feel suffocated. And he asked me, well, where do you want to go? What would make you happy? Which nobody had ever really asked me that before. And I said, I don't know, but I'm ready to run. And so he gave me options and he ran with me. And my mom came. My mom leaving made it so much easier for me to leave. Because I would run away, but I would always come back, because my mom
was here. Yeah. Wow.
And mom was like, look, y'all can go, y'all grown. But if you take them babies, I'm going too. And she left. And when she said she would leave, I was like, I ran like a motherfucker. And for the first time in my life, I live in a community where people don't drive past my house and point and tell people that I live here. For the first time in my life, I can go to the grocery store. Nobody gives a fuck about Urkel or Punky. They don't. I'm in a small little town, and it's the country. When
it sounds so good. Oh my God.
I call it Mayberry because it's almost like a joke. When you go to cross the street, the cars stop.
Wow,
especially if you have a baby.
Wow.
And it's like, men here, they're so sweet. Even if they're racist, you'll never know because they're opening up your door for you.
They're chivalrous racists.
Yes. They're saying it, and I hope that they're not, you know what I'm saying? But you never know. I live in a red state. But they're very much like, good afternoon, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. How you doing?
Crazy.
I
was born in a red state, so I get it because I was born in Ohio and in a very small town that we actually call Mulberry.
Really?
Yes, Mansfield, Ohio, girl. And but I was raised in Chicago, so most of my family is from that small town. So I know those vibes, girl, and it's so good. It's a great place to be.
My life is totally. It's I hate to say settled because it makes it seem like I'm settling for less than I deserve. But when I say settle, I mean spiritually. Spiritually, I can breathe deep.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Oh, I can't wait till I get to that place where I'm because I definitely want to leave here at some point. I love California, but for for me, I was thinking somewhere out the country, maybe someplace in Africa,
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've been looking at property in Rwanda, right?
Really?
Yeah, because I want my kids to have an experience that I never had. And I want them to know the truth, not the American lies. And I want them to have a place of refuge.
Have you ever been to Africa?
Yes, but not like I want to be. Like
Okay.
I want to go. I've gone in and I've gone into work.
Okay.
And so I've only seen limited things, and it's basically like the tourist areas or the nice hotel, and that's it. And then I'm flown back out. I want to go and actually be able to go on a tour and to spend time and to find home.
Yeah, that's my next move. I haven't been to Ghana yet, but there's a lot of waterfront property there. I'm like,
Yeah, you like the water. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I would like to look. But speaking of Africa, girl, the thing that I love the most about Africa was, like you said, you don't know if these people are the white people that are there are racist or not, but they were so nice because they were amongst all these black people. So
right.
they knew they were visitors. And I like that.
Yeah.
I like being the majority. I like being, you know what I mean?
Now, I will tell you that I was stunned because I've always been the minority. And since I was a kid, we moved into this all white neighborhood. And so I'm used to being the only one in the room. Honey, it's like, this is amazing.
This heaven. People don't know, they're scared. I have a friend that she's like, I don't want to get I forgot the shot, not the malaria shot, because you could take the pills, but it's yellow fever. I don't want to
girl, get that shot.
My girl, if you don't get that yellow fever shot and go to Africa.
It is not COVID vaccine. It is not the COVID vaccine. Go ahead and get that yellow fever shot and go. I'm gonna give it to I'm not a vaccine mom, but my kids are gonna get it because I want them to see, I want them to know, and I want them to be able to call. I don't know where it's gonna be, but right now I'm looking in Rwanda, and one of the reasons why I'm not looking in Ghana is because it's such a hot spot.
It is.
It's such a hot spot. It's gorgeous, but it's like very tourism. I'm over that part of my life.
Ooh, that's a good point. But there's so much coastal anywhere. Like so it doesn't have to be Ghana. But yeah,
no.
So you wouldn't like a waterfront property?
I would like to vacation there. I would like to be able to Airbnb it out. For me, it would probably be more of an investment. Because anytime you have waterfront, you have tourism.
Okay.
And so as an investment, absolutely. As a home, I don't know. It makes me a little leery.
Yeah, Seychelles was beautiful. I went there a couple years ago. I went there in 2021.
I saw your picture. It's like, oh, where'd she go? And she need to take. Yeah, I'm not young anymore, but when I look at your pictures, I still feel young and single. Like I want to go where?
Yes, it's and surprisingly, it's a lot of others there that's buying property. And I was in Seychelles. I was really like, what is
Yeah.
So I didn't like that part about it in Seychelles. It was a lot of others that
Gentrification is everywhere. The white folks, the Europeans, the Asians,
the Indians,
the Middle Easterns. Yeah. Everybody's coming to steal the resources.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, everybody's worried about the US dollar right now, and I ought to be ashamed of myself because I'm cheering Africa on.
Me too.
It's my money. So it's kind of like self-sabotage, but like when are we going to start sticking up for ourselves? When and I can't even say ourselves because my people are from North Carolina, but when are they going to stop letting everybody steal their resources?
Yeah. And I really wish I could find a manufacturer in Africa that could make my stuff. That would be amazing. but I can't find it. They don't do what I need, and I've done all the research. That was the first place. I was like, oh, if I want to do this, it has to be here. And it was nothing. It was nothing. I couldn't find. So maybe maybe that'll be something business
So
wise to start.
if you run away to Africa, will you call me when you get there?
Of course. I'll be like, you need to come out here, girl.
And acting wise, what do you have coming up next? Because look, on your IMDb, I'll be checking out the homies because I don't really watch TV, right?
Mhm.
But I want to keep up with y'all because I watch what y'all do because I get excited. I know that sounds probably silly, but like I was watching something. What was it? I think it was like A Second Chance, and you
Mhm.
were a doctor.
Yeah, yeah.
So my mom watches TV. I don't really watch TV, but I was sitting there with my mom and I started screaming.
Like, honestly. Yeah, I'll be peeking in here and there. But I have this role coming up. We're going to be shooting in Atlanta, probably in July, I think. And it's called Broken by God. Broken by God to be blessed. It's a faith-based film, so I'm excited about that. I have a lead in that one, so I'm excited.
Congratulations. I love seeing you. I don't give a fuck if it's 2 seconds or it's an hour and 20 minutes. If I see your name, I'm watching it just to see you so I can scream.
Oh my God, thank you, sweetheart. I feel the same about you.
Oh,
You
thank
I
you.
see why you still have a beautiful spirit, because you have separated yourself from that part of the industry where people are superficial, people, the who's who,
I don't have, I'm a project chick. I'm more like Holly from the hood. And I never got caught up with like the Hollywood. I like what I do. It's a great paycheck. And if you want me to be truthful, it's been 42 years. I don't got no skills to do nothing else.
Mm. Nah, you got a brain, honey. You do a lot of stuff. You doing your podcast,
Thank
you
you.
doing beauty products. You girl, please.
But it's on my own accord.
I love
Like I
that.
would not be a good employee because I'm not going to get up every day at 8 o'clock
Oh,
and be in an office.
hell
Right.
no.
Ain't nobody going to yell at me and tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do because then the ghetto part comes out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm the worst. I the worst. That's why everything I've done has been like, oh, hairstylist. Okay, I'm my own boss.
Right.
Yoga, acting. Yeah, because I'm horrible with authority.
I don't know if it's horrible with authority, but you're just a boss. And that's
Yeah.
okay. If it was a man, they would just call him a boss. But since it's a woman, we're rebellious. We don't listen. We don't know how to submit. We don't mind. We weren't born for that.
Yeah, but it's that thing about submission. I can submit when a man is a natural leader.
You can submit when you feel safe.
There you go.
And that's what the whole thing is. You know my dating history, and it wasn't horrible. But that's because I wasn't dating my equal. And a lot of people think when I say dating my equal, it just has to be financial.
No.
It does, but it's so much more than financial. It has to do with dating somebody that you can trust, dating somebody that you can trust to make decisions for your life. If I would have let one of them knuckleheads make a decision for my life, I wouldn't have been able to pay no bills, no rent, no mortgage, no nothing, because they just didn't make good choices.
Yeah.
And finally, I found somebody who my wants and my needs and my well-being came first, because not only did my well-being come first, but his well-being became first as well. And it was equally as important. So I could submit because I know that my mortgage is paid because my baby handled that for me.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So are you
Yes.
kidding?
Oh, I done submitted, girl. I'm done.
I love that.
My heart is safe.
Ah,
My life is safe. I have a forever home that's safe. My children are safe. And
yeah.
yeah,
And that's why you're glowing, because you're in your femininity right now. You're just, you know.
but he's allowed me to live in my femininity instead of, I'm very aggressive.
Yeah,
And I, because I had to be,
you had to be. You're a boss. I get it.
but I
Yeah.
don't have to be anymore.
I love
And
that.
that changes, thank you. And yours is coming. That changes everything.
I'm kind of getting there. I've met someone that I don't know
Yes.
if I want to talk about that out here, but
Okay,
yeah.
I understand.
But yeah, I'm in a good place too.
I'm the queen of not saying shit publicly. And
We don't give them their roses until.
even then, like, people say, well, why isn't he on your social media? I'd be like, but he is, though. Y'all just don't know who he is. He there.
Exactly.
There. Y'all just don't know who he is. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because the second I noticed that, there was one in my past that actually he put himself on my social media because he had my passwords and stuff. I didn't even know he had my passwords, but he was making, yes, because he wanted himself to be known. And that was a very scary year for me. And then after we weren't together anymore, people still wanted to connect me with this man. And I'm like, I ain't seen this in a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though you divorced the situation, other people won't divorce the situation with you.
Exactly. Yeah, I had to remove an ex off of something. He added me to something, and I was like, why are we connected? Why are we connected?
Yeah.
We gotta remove that, boo. We gotta remove
Yeah.
that. So I understand that. I
Yeah. Let
understand that.
that go. Because you got to let people to go to get the way you're going.
Yeah. Yes, and I think women are finally waking up because like the last decade, it used to be like women were like, oh my king. They would put everything, oh my king, my king, my king. This is it. And then next year, oh my new king, my new king, my king, my king. And then the third year, oh, this is my boo, boo, boo. Slow down, slow down. How about you don't post your next king? Just take your L's.
In private. And I done took a lot of L's. Somebody asked me one time, and it wasn't that long ago. They said, well, how many times have you been in love? I said, girl, all the time. The first 6 months, I was always in love. And they said, you can't be in love with more than one person. And I said, I don't know what kind of life you have. But in
Okay.
my life, 6 months was fucking great. But it's after the first 6 months, all of a sudden you realize you're not in love. And don't take my experience away because how you feel about love.
Exactly. What sign
I,
are you, Sherry?
I'm a Scorpio.
Ah, yes.
I love them all deeply, but love dissipates. And I won't say that I don't love any of my exes, but our time expired and I don't need them anymore.
Gosh, yes, yes.
And they were,
I love that. I love that you are in a good place. That means that you know how some people they break up and they hate all of their exes, like, oh, they're the
oh
worst
no.
people. Oh, I hate them, and you're like, oh God.
You know what's crazy? My exes, I have two, and I'll say, like, I grew up on TV. I've traveled a lot. I was a wild girl. I'm not saying I was a hoe because some of them spoke before I ever got to sleep with them. But but there's a lot of them. Out of my relationships, there's only two that I'm not friendly with and we don't speak. Only two.
Okay.
The one that, that
Mm,
there's no communication at all.
mm,
But that's because as you know, when you deal with a narcissist who's a
mm,
manipulator
mm,
and then they owe you a lot of money,
mm.
it becomes difficult, right? Business contracts were never fulfilled. And my relationship was not based on business. So if you love me in any type of way and coming into business with somebody later, out of respect, you don't steal. And so it was a lot of learning for us. So we don't have any contact. And then there was another one who was, there was a little domestic violence situation. I will not call myself a victim because he couldn't win.
Yeah.
But I don't have any contact with that. But everybody else, like my boyfriend from high school, his painting is on the wall in my office. My ex-boyfriend who I was engaged to for 4 years, that's the homeboy.
Yeah.
We don't hang out all the time. You know, he's got a wife and children, and I love his children, and I call and say happy birthday, and, you know, Auntie sends gifts. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I only have I have one, and he was narcissistic too. He was the devil reincarnated. So that's just one that I am not. And
Yeah.
I had to go completely no contact with him.
Yeah, I've got two. And I think they would tell you that they went on contact with me.
Well, we know the truth because I know you ain't lying.
Well, the Scorpio's a little crazy. It's like, you know, I'm gonna punch you in your mouth. I'll admit.
Wow. What is your moon? Do you know?
Okay. I have no idea. I just know that I'm a Scorpio. And I know that I'm a number 9. Does that mean anything?
Oh, we're the same. We both have the number 9. That's my numerology number. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. So I'm a number 9. But no, I'm sure you probably thought I was going to grow up and be a little bitter woman. I'm not. I was worried about myself. I took like a whole sabbatical for like years where I was single and celibate for a very long time. And I think I needed that. And then I came to the realization that I was right where I was supposed to be, right when I was supposed to be, and all those lessons needed to be learned. So I'm thankful of all the hardship, all the heartbreak and everything, because I needed to know those things.
Yeah, I mean, because now for your daughter, you know exactly what to tell her. And
also to be thankful for what I have. Because if I would have met him, let's say 20 years ago, I wouldn't have done right by it, and I wouldn't have appreciated it.
Wow. That's deep.
Because I wouldn't have realized what I had.
You're like, oh, he's too nice.
Probably. You know, I would have thought that he was too nice. I would have thought that he wasn't adventurous enough.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have understood like first of all, I didn't know that love languages were different, right? And so I was always a giver. And when you're a giver, you end up with takers. I don't think I ever dated anyone who was a giver. And he's a giver, and his love language is service. So it could be something very simple. Like the other day I said, I was going to do Rhythm's hair, which she has a lot of. And then I was going to make a cake for Easter. Before I could finish doing her hair, lunch and a cake arrived while he was at work. And he said that frees up at least 2 hours of your time.
A partner. I love it.
And I was just like, wow, you know, lunch and a cake, that it takes me an hour to do her hair. Then you got to cook her something to eat. Then I was going to make Easter cake. You know, that was cute. But a cake arrived and lunch, and it might seem like something so little, but I so appreciated it because it made my day easier.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're happy.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, mine is still time to tell, you know, but so far I'm smitten. I'm very smitten.
That's beautiful. And it's for a reason, even if it's for a season, and I'm praying it's not, it's for a lot of seasons, but you learned something.
Yeah, it's true.
You learn something. I just love you. I could just talk to you forever, but I ain't gonna keep you because I want you to go get that job.
Yes, I'm gonna knock that out. I have because it's not due until tomorrow, so but I'm gonna knock it out today. I'm
Break a
ready.
leg. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to continue to watch your journey come back.
Okay.
Just too, but I would love for you to come back. Like, what do you want to talk about? There's so much.
Okay. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. There's so much to talk about. We could talk about music,
Relationships.
hip hop, how it's affected a generation. We can
Yeah.
talk about surgeries, how like what's going on with our women with the
Not
surgeries.
loving themselves.
Yeah. How did we get there? And I mean,
I would love to touch on that because, I own a wellness center in Miami and it's called Keon, which stands for Keeping It All Natural. To encourage women to love themselves. Growing up, I might use a part of this. Growing up in the industry, when I was young, nose jobs were a very big thing. And I had an aunt who had her nose done who told me that my nose was too large. And so I grew up with this complex, worried about my nose. At 16, 15 and a half, I had a consultation with a plastic surgeon because I thought that I needed, my nose done. And when I went in the office, he actually drew on my face. But then he continued to tell me that, he would have to move my chin because my chin would no longer align with my nose. And because he had to move my chin, he would have to probably do cheek implants because it would make my cheek sit different, which would offset my eyes. So this man has a marker and he's drawn on my face. True story. My mother is sitting across from me mortified because my mother has told me, you're beautiful, there's nothing wrong with you, you're perfect. But that's what a mom's supposed to say. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I want to work and I have to do the Hollywood thing if I want to continue to work. So long story short, after the consultation, they wipe the stuff off my face, which still doesn't wipe off well. So you have these like works everywhere. I asked Mom, can we go get something to eat? My mom said yes. We went to Hamburger Hamlet. My mama bought me 10 chicken wings, some little baby onions. I will never forget it. I got a big ice cream and a big cake for dessert. And I looked at my mom and I said, I don't want to do it. And my mom said, good, you got some damn common sense. He showed me this video and every woman had the same exact face.
Yeah. And that's what's happening now. Everybody looks like all the Kardashians and I applaud Black China for
taking her stuff out.
Taking all her stuff out. I mean, I don't
making her sick.
Yeah, I don't know, but because she has such a huge following, that's good for the little girls to see that, it's horrible to do that to yourself. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't give you higher self-esteem. I mean, you're still the same person on the inside. You just have this stuff to attract a certain type of man. And that certain type of man is kind of whack if you think about it.
And even those men don't necessarily like it, which is crazy. So I had a man in my life I dated two Black men who wanted me to get BBLs and they would pay for it because I don't have an ass. And I was like, I will get my BBL when you get your dick elongated because both of them have little penises. True story. And I was like, your dicks are so small that if I get a BBL, like you already don't please me. What's going to happen after that?
Oh my God.
Honestly, I've always been straight with you. I'm a straight shooter.
I'm surprised you even dated somebody with a short dick.
I did. And you know what? I did it because
no, it's over for me if I find that out. I'm like, oh no. I mean, I'm not a size queen, but you can't be short. You can't,
Well, you know my past. So I had to move from big dick to little dick because I thought in my head, well, maybe little dick will treat me better. It
Right.
didn't happen, but I tried it. It was an experiment. Didn't happen.
Wow. Well, you know, I never had it
Oh,
intimacy with that guy, FYI. We never.
well, I did, unfortunately. And it was good when I didn't know that he was a dog. And then it happened one time after I knew, before I had told you about this situation. It wasn't good anymore. And I realized that size wasn't it. It's the emotion
Yeah, but
behind it.
he pulled it out though. He pulled it
I'm
out.
sure, because
So
that's his
I
calling card.
so I knew it was when you said you went from big, I knew what you were talking about, but no, I didn't join in on
Well,
the
it was the calling card.
no, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Well, it
Because
probably worked on some people. They're like, oh, okay. But no, not me. Because
yeah,
hey,
you know a couple. Look, we
you
know
got
a couple that it worked on.
we do.
We do.
Shit. Oh, well, we might have to talk some more on that.
Yeah, a lot of the actresses. But look, she said, yeah. But I didn't know. I didn't get a chance to warn them. But one of them, it don't even matter. Like I think he was her victim. That was probably
Uh,
karma.
okay.
I feel bad for his wife. He's
Ugh,
remarried again.
ugh. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
A friend sent it to me and was like, "You didn't know?" I was like, "How would I know? I don't
Poor innocent, well, lady doesn't know what she
know."
had.
God bless her soul and more power to her.
Right.
But yes, so yes, little pee boys wanted me to have a BBL. And then I had one when I was young, I wanted to get my boobs done because I was
Mm,
another phase that I had gone through, right? Where I thought I
no.
little did I know what was going to happen.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
aren't you glad
Yes.
wow.
I was in my early 20s. I was really skinny. I didn't know, but I wanted my boobs done. So he actually told me, if you want them done, I'll pay for them. Think about it for 30 days and come back to me. About a month went by. He came back and he said, "Do you want your tits done?" And I said, no, I'm over it now. He said, "Good, because I wasn't paying for that shit anyway." It happens to be who I'm with now. But
No way.
yeah.
No way.
And
I was a late bloomer too, like that, because I was like the boys that they would I remember this one boy, he would call me a mop because I was like just skinny and all hair. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So yeah, the late bloomers really need to watch out for that because you don't even know what's coming.
no, I had no idea. There's a huge difference in Cherry between being 115 and 135 are two totally different people.
Right,
And
right.
I was young and sweet, and I just was like, well, maybe I need some boobs. I'm so thankful that I had people around me to tell me the truth. And you know what? There's a football player, J. Davenport,
Mhm.
was just my friend.
Mm.
And I had mentioned my boobs to him. I've been surrounded by amazing men, even though I talk about the dogs all the time. I got to give it up to the amazing men because
Yes, we have.
J. Davenport wrote me a 4-page letter about how perfect I was. And I have loved him and every essence of him. I've never dated him, never touched him, never, was intimate or anything. But I admire him and adore him. And I think he's such a wonderful man. This man was in the middle of his football season. At the time, I think he played for Green Bay, wrote me a 4-page letter and mailed it to me
Mm.
to tell me that I was perfect. Where are these men now for these young girls?
Mm. Maybe, yeah, we definitely have to talk about that. Yeah, because it's just, I feel sorry, and I chose not to have children. And but I'm looking at the new generation. I'm like, golly, like who are the men for them? Because they different.
But choosing not to have children this day and age is probably a good choice because there's this mom guilt. Let me tell you, that happens after you have them. I wanted my daughter. I wanted her. I prayed for her. I manifested her, right? But after your kids get here, you're like, what did I do? When you start to look at the world around her, why would I bring? I mean, you're gonna make me cry. Why would I bring this sweet little innocent soul into this?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
commend you because you made a really hard, selfless
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah. People think it's selfish, but no,
How is that selfish? That's selfless.
yeah,
Because so many people let children happen to them, and then they raise them with the same attitude of not wanting them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And people like me who have a mother wound, you know, definitely doesn't, I wouldn't do that to a human being as far as, just bringing them in for my, but
That's a
hey.
whole story too. Like we can talk about, because people automatically assume that every woman wants to be a mother or every woman wants to be married. And let me tell you, people always said, well, I got it a lot in my 30s. You ain't got no kids. What's wrong with you? I was like, I got stuff to do.
Oh,
A
yeah.
man was not my focus.
Mm,
I dated who was fun. That's why I got what I got. Like, I understand that I brought my own karma and I manifested my own journey because I
mm,
never dated to marry.
mm,
I
mm,
dated because it was something to do.
Woo! Wow.
But
Girl, we can talk. We go. This
yes,
is
I'm
this is
sorry.
therapy session. This is therapy session, honey, right here.
I'm sorry. I dated because it was something to do. And I didn't realize until after I had gone celibate and stopped dating why my journey had been what it was. And when I was able to accept it as that, I was able to let the bitterness go. It wasn't supposed to last. I wasn't in it for it to last. I was just hurt that it ended before I wanted it to.
Right.
So it was a lot of ego, my own ego that needed to be checked.
Mm. Are you in therapy? What do you think about therapy?
I think therapy is so needed. I have tried a few therapists. One of them I love. I realized I had to, for me, I needed a Black therapist.
Mm,
Trying, trying the first two were white and it just didn't work for me
mm.
because the
Now,
experience.
that's something we can talk about. So, girl, we got so many subjects. Oh, we got some subjects.
Yes.
Bring me back anytime, girl. Bring me
Okay.
back. Just
And
all
I'm going
these.
to tease these, okay? Like
Okay.
I'm going to tease these conversations. I'm going to tease. I'm surprised you ever dated anybody with a little dick. Like that shit is funny.
I'm really, yeah, because come on,
I'm
girl.
going to tease all that if that's okay with you. And of course, I'm going to cut out the other stuff.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I love you.
I love you too. I love you too. You have been constantly the same as far as just sweet and loving, and I thank you for just being an inspiration and being a role model of
But
what
you too.
possibilities, so thank you for that.
Are you kidding me? Thank you. You're the same consistent sweetheart with a beautiful smile and the best heart ever. And every time I look at you, I want you to know that like I'm championing you and I think you're gorgeous. And I'm like that little girl with the Beyonce crush. Like every time I'd be like, oh, when I grow up, I'm gonna look like her. No, thank you. And thank you so much for your time.
Across the world. Welcome to Cherry's World.